Alrighty, so we have Norma Dumont versus Felicia Spencer. I think this is going to be the last fight at, 145 women's featherweight. So yeah, should be a fun one. They both come to fight. They're both quite aggressive with their respective styles. And yeah, let's break it down. So Norma Dumont, she'll switch stance frequently on the feet. She's often throwing combinations. She isn't the best striker, but I would give her the advantage over Felicia Spencer, who basically has like no stand up. And Norma Dumont, she sits down on her punches. Like, she's got a nice 1-2. She'll really sit down on the 2. Nice 3-2. She'll sit down on the 2 again. Puts a lot behind her low calf kick, And Felicia Spencer, she doesn't really move her head off center line that often. And she can get hit because of that. But she has shown a really good chin, like taking shots from Nunes and Cyborg. But where she really wants it, for Felicia Spencer, she really wants it to be in the clinch or on the mat. So she's very good at getting into the clinch, driving a clinch into the fence, driving her opponent onto the fence, and then looking for body locks from there. Once she gets the body lock, she'll go for the inside-outside leg trip, just whatever her opponent's giving her, really. And, if you try and take her down, she's pretty comfortable playing off her back. She doesn't really defend takedowns that much. And on the mat, she's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. If she gets on top, she's quite heavy on top, and she'll go for ground and pound from mount with heavy elbows, heavy punches. And if you turn, she's just going to take you back, looking to flatten you out and land some ground and pound, or she'll just go for the rear naked choke. And for Norma Dumont, she seems like she's got a bit of grappling too. She goes for the same takedown, the body lock, outside leg trip. And she seems pretty heavy on top as well. But yeah, how these guys win fights. So for Felicia Spencer, she's got a good top game. And as I said, she's got a good chin and she's very tough. Like, go in the distance with a 145-pound Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborg. Like, that's got to earn your respect. And for Norma Dumont, she seems to have a bit of power behind her strikes. Bit of raw power. So how these guys lose fights. So for Norma Dumont, I didn't really get into it, but it's the striking tendencies. I didn't really mention it because Felicia's not gonna, exploit them here. And for Felicia, her stand-up isn't great, so when she can't get the takedown, she struggles on the feet and generally just can't get her game going. And she's also usually on the wrong end of the speed equation. I'd say the speed's pretty equal here too, though. Like, probably slight advantage to Norma Dumont, but, both these guys are pretty labouring. So pass to victory for Felicia Spencer. Same as always, force the clinch, look for the takedowns, get in top position, work your top game from there. And for Norma Dumont, look to pressure her, put your hands on her pretty much, just look for boxing combinations, sit down your punches if she's not going to move her head and you're landing a lot. Also leg kicks, but set them up just so she doesn't shoot a double leg over your leg kicks. And also mix in takedowns as well, just like maybe at the end of the round, just because she doesn't defend the takedowns, so it's an easy way to score points at the end of the round. Say if it's a close round and then you get a takedown at the end of it, a lot of the times that can be the difference maker. Alright, so how I see this fight going. So I couldn't find too much footage on Norma, besides her UFC fights of course, but, and her UFC fights, they don't really give me a great indication of her level of grappling. Like, the Megan Anderson one didn't really give me much, and the Ashley Evans Smith one, I don't know, Ashley Evans Smith seemed a little off to me. She seemed a little off, but, it was a good performance by Norma anyway, but she seemed to be pretty content with her striking, as is. But I do believe Spencer will be able to force the clinch, get her down, probably able to control her, find a submission, but yeah, I'm not confident with this one because I don't know a whole lot about Norma. So I'm making a lot of assumptions about her ground game and stuff like that, but, I feel like Spencer's going to be able to force her will upon Norma here. But yeah, if it's on the feet, I think Norma wins, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I basically just have one fight to go off for Norma pretty much, which is the Ashley Evans Smith fight. And yeah, so that's why I'm not confident with it, but I am going to pick Felicia Spencer. Alright, we'll have a look at the betting lines anyway. Alright, so the prediction is Spencer by submission. I think she subs her around 2. Yeah, I do think she wins this fight around 60 to 65% of the time, so I think the line is a little bit too high for Spencer, but I don't really want to bet Norma at that price either, because I think it's just a tough matchup for her. But yeah, I just think Spencer just enforces her will on Norma just a bit better than Norma tries to do it on Spencer. So yeah, not a confident pick, but that's who I'm going with.